addition, for propaganda effect, that's another thing that the journalists at the BBC were able to uncover, is like, if you compare the videos from the original scene to the photos and videos that were taken after the fact, people had moved the bodies at this alleged attack in a way in which it looked like some of the victims were hugging each other in an attempt to have, like, you know, a last embrace before they you know, meet their end, meet their demise. And they did it for propaganda effect, which is beyond sick, right? Beyond sick. Then Aaron writes, I have no idea how they were actually killed. That's up to investigators to determine. But unfortunately, we haven't been able to find out because investigators were censored and sidelined. How all this doesn't strike you as damning to the official story is beyond me. And then Ryan tries to say that the investigators you're citing here do not agree with you that the attack was staged. I know you've previously said that, but you've since retracted it. So let's stick with the retraction. This is your opinion only. Don't source it to them. And you still have presented a scenario that isn't completely insane about how all of those dead bodies mysteriously got moved there with nobody seeing it. And he says Douma was under bombardment from Syria and shelling from its occupiers, Saudi armed death squad, Jaish al-Islam. As Dalati said, JAI ruled Douma with brutality, just like they staged the hospital scene. They could move bodies. There were tunnels under Douma, by the way. I just visited them. So, look, I mean, this is very, very, very clear stuff. And for a media outlet, The Intercept, that claims to be and was founded upon protecting whistleblowers and sharing whistleblower stories in a way that was conducive with, like, the laws that are currently on the books, right? It's so disheartening to see that same media outlet and Ryan Grimm smearing whistleblowers on World Whistleblower Day. I mean, it's actually shocking. It's actually shocking. If it wasn't clear enough to you all already, The Intercept has been co-opted by the State Department. The Intercept has been co-opted by the State Department. And I know this is another thing that Aaron mentioned on the stream with Jimmy Dore today, but Elliot Higgins has gone out and literally said that The Intercept has provided more funding to what was it? I have the exact quote here. He sent it to me. Elliot Higgins said, we're clear on who funds us. I've stated it multiple times. We've received more money from The Intercept than the UK government. So do you think The Intercept influences our output? Yes. Yes. This is also kind of like a tricky statement that Elliot Higgins was putting out, because Bellingcat gets a lot of their money from, like, you know, UK government cutouts, because it kind of doesn't look good when you have taxpayer dollars flowing directly to Bellingcat for these, you know, misinformation campaigns in foreign nations where the UK is trying to, like, basically sow, like, media misinformation and propaganda to help achieve the equivalent of their State Department's geopolitical interests and aims. So, I mean, it doesn't look good. So, I mean, yeah, The Intercept has, like, provided, sure, money to them, but probably if you were to take all the UK government cutouts into the tally, right, it would likely be far more than The Intercept. So it's a bit of a, you know, tricky statement there. But nonetheless, that's extremely sus, the connections between The Intercept and Bellingcat, right? If you look at what Bellingcat's doing right now, literally basically, you know, taking contracts for different media outlets to train journalists and have them go and do media propaganda in countries like in Russia or in Ukraine, in countries where NATO-aligned states have interests to sow popular discontent, right? So The Intercept's connections here are extremely worrying, and again, it just goes to show that, yes, they have been co-opted. I think it's very clear that they've been co-opted. So getting back to the story here, Aaron points out that The Intercept has published 5 articles promoting the U.S. narrative on Douma and has since done 0 on the OPCW whistleblowers leaks that undermine it. Now Ryan Grimm claims that I just didn't like their coverage. What I don't like is ignoring leaks that completely undermine it. I think that's a fair point to make, that maybe you guys should, the Intercept, the so-called voice of whistleblowers, should be covering the actual whistleblowers who spoke out from the OPCW rather than stay silent year after year after year after year as all of these revelations are coming forward, right? In addition to that, Aaron says, here's Ryan Graham trying to excuse the Intercept, refusing to acknowledge the OPCW's Syria cover-up scandal. His colleagues probably don't see the point in redoing a 3-year-old story, but